Okay, everyone. Hi, my name is Kaleen O'Connor, and I am joining you from Florida, USA. And I love it. We're having people put in the chat box where they're from all over the world. We're truly international. It's an honor to be with you all. I know everybody has family, friends, business, all kinds of things you could be doing. And so tonight is a special night. And I just ask you to, if this is your first time learning about this health breakthrough, which is what we're going to go over, to just listen with your heart, because I don't know if it's real to you. As I get older, I realize there's more that I don't know. And sometimes there's things I don't even know that I don't know. So this might be in that category today. What brought me here, to be on this webinar with you guys was a life experience, believe it or not, that happened over 20 years ago now, where I suffered, unfortunately, some side effects from medicine that really made my immune system go haywire. And I was very sick in my early 20s. And at that time, my normal pharmaceutical conventional doctors were not able to do anything for me and told me this was going to be my new normal, and they weren't even sure if I was going to make it. So I had to learn very early on, because my knowingness was that that my time wasn't up. I wanted to not just survive in this new normal, which was, bedridden and not able to eat and all kinds of things, but that I really wanted to still live my life. And so I started to educate myself and think outside the box and learn about how to rebuild my health step by step. And I'm still here, obviously, with you guys over 20 years later. So I made it, and I'm still making it every day. And about 3 years ago, a beautiful gentleman who actually is with us here on the call tonight, all the way from Australia, took a moment at a random event where we connected, to share a little bit of his personal story and tell me about this technology, this health breakthrough. And because of that, I was able to take what I thought was my normal for the rest of my life, which was healthier, but I still had a lot of allergies and not sleeping through the night and things like that. And so by learning about cellular health and this technology and what it wakes up in the body, I now have a normal that I thought I would never achieve again, in my lifetime. And so again, I just welcome you to, for whatever reason that you were invited here or you felt tuned in, you felt called to join us. Enjoy. What we're going to do tonight is I'm now going to introduce Stevie Aquilina, who's coming to us all the way from Australia. And he's going to present this technology to you, give you some basic information. And then we're going to bring Dan Doyle in, the Australian that shared it with me as well. And he's going to share some of his life experience. And then I'll come back and let you know how you can take advantage of these resources. So our goal is to do that in the next 30 minutes. And then as you have questions while we're going through the webinar tonight, please write them down, because then we'll have live question and answer afterwards. And you'll be able to get those questions answered. Okay? So Stevie, over to you. Thank you for bringing your knowledge and passion to the space tonight.
Thank you, Kaleen. Thank you. I appreciate your strength and your groundedness, and you're an exceptional leader, and I really appreciate you putting these calls together for everybody. I know they help so much, so I really, really appreciate you. And g'day, kia ora, howdy, hola, or whatever other language you're using out there. It's my pleasure to be here. I'm really excited to be able to spend this time in the comfort of my own home with so many people in the comfort of yours. So I'm going to jump straight into this because I want to be very respectful of time. So let me share my screen, and Kaleen, you could just maybe tell me if I'm doing this right. Perfecto. All right. So let me just get some stuff out of the way here and make sure this works. Beautiful. All right. Well, again, thank you very much for having me here, everybody. What I'll be sharing with you today, tonight, wherever you are in the world, is the most significant health science breakthrough of our lifetime, a category creating breakthrough, a very advanced breakthrough, 10 to 15 years out of its time, that for 2 decades, science had declared was impossible. A breakthrough so impactful on the human condition that global pharmaceutical companies offered to pay multi-millions of dollars for the sole rights to the technology. However, they wanted to shut it down. They wanted to take everybody off it, leaving both reputable medical and business minds very concerned that this may have impeded the actual ultimate release of this life-changing technology to the world. Now, before I tell you what this is, let me be very clear about what this is not. I promise you, you have probably never seen or heard of anything like this before. So before you go, oh, here we go again, let me tell you, this is not a vitamin. This is not a mineral. This is not a antioxidant formula. This is not secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, super sage, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser light roots, magical 5,000-year-old tree, lotions, potions, gadgets, or any of the other really great stuff out there. I want to be crystal clear that when I say breakthrough, I mean that this is a real deal, groundbreaking, category-creating breakthrough. So what we'll be sharing with you this evening is around this. ASEA REDOX cell signaling technology contains active redox molecules. These are the exact same cellular messages that are already made natively within your body, and they affect gene expression in a positive way, helping to protect healthy cells, repair unhealthy cells, replace damaged cells, and keep your cells functioning the way they should at optimal levels. Why is this important? We are all made of cells. We live and die at the cellular levels. Healthy heart cells, healthy heart. Healthy lung cells, healthy lungs. Healthy skin cells, you get the picture, right? However, with age, with diet, with stress, toxins, and other environmental insults in our everyday lives, our cells break down and our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. As such, our cells break down even more, which means with it, so does our health, our wellness, and our vitality all break down too. Now, ASEA takes science seriously, and I couldn't possibly fit all of the organizations that have been testing this on the screen, but because this company is highly committed to ongoing outside research with world-renowned universities and top leading laboratories, proving the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, certifying them as safe in every body. Now, ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translate to health at its most foundational level. ASEA redox, scientifically tested, shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, also scientifically proven to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants. That's your body's ability to defend against oxidative stress, which is the precursor to just about every degenerative condition under the sun. It's able to enhance your body's antioxidant production by up to 800%, 8 times more than your body can do on its own. And again, 100% safe, no toxicity. Why? Because this product is native to your body. These redox molecules are made within your body, but you're just not able to make enough of them anymore. So any health challenge, and not just challenges, any health goal that you can think of, redox users and their doctors are reporting just remarkable results. Now, we've spoken a little bit about cellular health from the outside in. Let me show you very quickly what that, did I say that the wrong way around? We've spoken a little bit from the inside out. Strike that, reverse it. Let's show you it from the outside in. So what you're seeing on your screen here, the two tubes on the right-hand side, Renew 28 and our Redox Serum are our two redox technologies, so that we're not only able to get the redox molecules on the inside working from that way outside with the drink, but we can get them working from the outside in with these two topical products as well. And then the other two containers you see on the left is a cleanser and a moisturizer. So for those that are interested in such, and it ain't just the ladies, it's us guys too, right? You can turn this redox rejuvenating therapy into a topical regime as well. So the proof is in the pudding, right? So please cast your eyes on the screen and look closely if you will, but at some of these pictures, you don't have to look closely. The change is so obvious. We're not just talking about more radiant and more healthy and more youthful skin in an anti-aging sense. We're talking about slowing down the aging process, but we're also talking about reversing the aging process, elasticity coming back to the skin. And it's not just, beauty. It's also health of the skin, irritations and inflammations. And this is my beautiful wife, by the way. How many more dates do you reckon this dude's getting? And, you know, when a condition like this passes, and as you saw in the previous photo, this is one that my wife had as well. As a condition like this passes, sometimes it leaves us with residual evidence of that issue. As you can see here, even the indentations where this problem once was is coming back to the proper surface of the skin. We're talking about bringing the body back to blueprint, the way it's meant to be. And it's not just in short term. I mean, here's an example of a lady who obviously had an extreme inflammation, and she was diligent in using these technologies over several months. You can see a huge difference. And the longer people use this for, the better their cells will heal and the better they'll look at and feel. This is Rosie, not 7 months, just 7 weeks. And she believed the technology wasn't working. Have a look at the dramatic difference, over the years there. Absolutely exceptional. Now, the moral of this story is take photos, because Rosie didn't believe it was working. But the pictures spoke 1,000 words to her and said, it is. So make sure you take pictures, please. This is Dr. Marty Moran, and he decided to do a very extreme, very brave experiment and put Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. So I'm just going to draw a line down the center of this picture. I want everybody very quickly in the chat box, I want you to tell me, please, which side did he use the Renew 28 and which side he did not use it? Which side did he? Which side did he not? So if you're busy typing away now and you're saying that he used it, we've got one going already. I can't see it, but we'll check it out later. Maybe I'll send you a Mars bar. I don't know if you have Mars bars in America. I think you do. We probably copied it off you.
You're saying left side.
Left side, our left side, correct. And that's the side. I did validate this with Dr. Marty Moran's wife while he was doing this experiment. And thank goodness he stopped now. So he stops walking around like a weirdo, according to his wife. But she preferred to sleep on that right side of the bed, on the younger side, because she digged that dude over there. He was looking much sexier than the other guy on the other side. Thanks, Dr. Marty Moran. This is not just for your face. Okay, cast your eyes on these pictures here. And in clinical trials, the Renew 28 technology is also proven to be able to reduce cellulite, not just cover it up, not just make it look like it's gone, but actually dissolve the subcutaneous fat. Yes, dissolve the subcutaneous fat that is causing that cellulite. And this is my friend Sepp Hock. And to prove to you that this technology is not always for the skin, we do have people who have muscle and joint discomforts, and they use the Renew 28 there, and they're able to notice great improvement, great relief. And this is Sepp. He had the type of spot, a little spot on the outside that was causing a very massive problem on the inside, not just a concern for his health, but a concern for his life. And his first consultation with the doctor was meant to be the only consultation that he was going to be able to have with the doctor, because the doctor said patients in his position don't make it to the second consultation. They're just not able to. And thankfully, by Sepp using the REDOX technology topically and internally as well with the drink, he's not worried now. And in fact, he's living a very bright and clear life. All right, with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. Now, this is told throughout our entire human history. Whenever there is a big breakthrough, there is a big opportunity. So let's tell you a little bit about how big this space is. ASEA is based in Nobel Prize winning research. If you went to pubmed.gov and you typed in redox signaling, you would see that there are and pubmed.gov, by the way, is where peer-reviewed studies are posted. This is the National Institute of Health's National Library of Medicine. If you typed in redox signaling, there are over 30,000, over 32,000 results when you're looking up studies, peer-reviewed studies on redox signaling molecules. It's a very difficult slide for me to keep up with. There's about 150 studies coming out almost every single month. And there are more now, I'm sure I have to look this up too, than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been written on redox biochemistry, on redox signaling science. Now, ASEA is heavily patented. That means that we have no copycats. That means that we have no competition. No one in the world has what we have, no one. And so we hold massive opportunities across all health science sectors. Healthcare, wellness, human performance, athletic performance, sports science, beauty, anti-aging, skincare, and longevity. Whatever health area you can think of, whatever health goal someone has, whatever health desire somebody has, whatever health challenge they have, we are there to help. Now, our mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world, to better people's lives and be a force for good in the world. And so we want to clearly help a lot of people. We can't do that all on our own. And so we are diligently looking for people to help spread the word. ASEA does give on a daily basis the opportunity to earn commissions just by sharing REDOX with others. So you receive a residual income. That means it comes in again and again and again, not only from the ongoing purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA, but also from the ongoing purchases made by every single person that they and others and others and others also refer. So just like when you recommend a good book, restaurant, cafe, movie, whatever, and people who tell other people, who naturally tell other people, who put it on social media, who tell lots more people, there are no limits. It goes on and on and on. We're currently operating in up to 35 countries. We are worldwide. We're opening new markets almost every single year. And based on the existing trends, on what's already happened and is happening, the annual turnover is projected to exceed more than $500 million over the next 5 years. But there's a lot of business minds out there who are saying that this is the company being very, very conservative and that $1 billion is very possible. So what does that mean? Well, it means for people who are looking, maybe now more than ever, for a supplementary income or an extra income or a part-time income or a full-time income or a more time. I want more time in my life income, or a big time income, or maybe a legacy leaving income. For business-minded people, this is an opportunity, the most compelling opportunity that you are going to be able to find to be a part of being paid a residual commission from the growth of this global expansion. There is nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. And you get to link arms, you get to partner up, you get to be around people who are also on this grand mission. And you can spend time with them on some of the rewards we get, like being sent to 5-star luxury locations around the world. As you can see, some of the pictures of the great places that my wife Sarah and I have been able to be with great people like Kaleen and Dan Doyle that you hear from soon, and so many other leaders out there. 5-star luxury locations around the world, and we have a really great time. We become great friends, really like family. These really are the best times of our lives. Now, we have a foundation called the Advancing Life Foundation, and this is to break cycles of poverty, abuse, and suffering. That is our mission. Just some of the examples of what we are doing right now: fighting human trafficking internationally, providing clean water in Cambodia, building a vocational center in rural Ecuador, and supporting disaster relief funds around the world. We want to better people's lives and be a force for good in the world in a very big way. Now, the redox signaling molecules in ASEA are so impactful on the human condition that pharmaceutical companies offered to pay millions of dollars for the sole rights to this technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down. They wanted to take everyone off redox. Thankfully, founder of ASEA, Virtus Norden, said no to the payout and yes to the people already experiencing the greatly needed life-changing power of redox signaling molecules, and has demonstrated in this very first and important decision. And let me tell you, you can see it in every single decision they have ever made and continue to make since. ASEA always and will always put people and principles before ego and economics. So you are in good hands. So we thank Virtus and his son Tyler and the corporate team for all they do for us. And we thank them by going out there and making sure that we can get this into the hands of many more people out there who need it. And I want to thank you very much for giving me your time today. I'll hand it back to you, Kaleen. Thank you very much.
Fantastic, Stevie. Thank you. That was amazing. And you did it all in one breath, which was impressive for sure too. So we're next going to bring guest speaker Dan Doyle in. And Dan is one of the top producers and educators with our company ASEA. And he also, again, happens to be the person that shared ASEA directly with me and probably Stevie too, I believe. So he's a world authority on the technology and is going to bring his own personal experience. Dan, are you there? Can you join us?
Thank you, Kaleen. Thank you, Stevie. Great to be on tonight, guys. I'm just going to share my screen here. And while I'm doing that, I hope you and your families are well with everything we're going through at the moment. All right, just give me the thumbs up if you can see that. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to go through my story. I'll get the easy part, my incredible journey back to health and to financial freedom from where we were to where we ended up when I lost my health. Before I go into my story, obviously, probably reiterate what Stevie said. He probably went through the company disclaimer that these products that we're talking about are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. And from what Stevie just went through, I hope you guys, especially you guys that are newer on the call, understand how big this breakthrough is, the enormity of what we've got in our hands and what it could potentially do for people. So just to reiterate again that what Stevie just went through is nothing less than the single greatest health science, anti-aging and sports performance breakthrough of our lifetime. It can help a lot of people to achieve a lot of things physically, but also we have got this incredible vehicle that can take anybody to where they want to go financially as well. Before I show you the next photo, I did grow up in Sydney, Australia. I wasn't a great little kid for the teachers of my school anyway. I hated school, and I dropped out of school early. Never read a book back then, and still haven't. I just like to once I get my teeth into something, I'd like to just go and get things done. And that came out with the sports that I did as well. You know, I played rugby league growing up, and I did judo, gymnastics. I surfed, I did aerobics, I did this thing called bodybuilding. Back then I was an entrepreneur, 21 years old, 22, 23, started building and selling traditional businesses in the health and wellness or health and fitness industry. Fast forward from 24 to 44 years old, still kept fit and healthy, but I wasn't a bodybuilder. Nearly 10 years on again, I still look after myself, and I'm pretty well in the condition that you can see here. For a 44-year-old, I'm not in too bad a condition. I used to go to the gym at 6:30 every morning, but unfortunately, 6 months later, the doctors gave me some bad news and told me that I had 2 major health challenges. And this is a picture of me on the right-hand side with no hair, looking like Kojak. I'm sure you guys remember what Kojak, who he was. Or Yul Brenner, if you want to go back further. And what I went through back then, back in 2011, 12, 13, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. So you can see that I've got no hair from the top of my head to my toes. Once they told me I had 2 major health challenges, they put me straight into hospital. A friend of mine on the left, Johnny Manor, 21 years old, in this photo, he'd been through all those hospital visits. He had the good one, I had 2 of the bad ones. He should have been okay. Unfortunately, after this photo, he's came back, went back into hospital, went back through all the things that I'd started going through in hospital, and unfortunately, he didn't come out. We lost him at the age of 23 years old. At the end of these hospital visits, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. I was pretty angry. I called my specialists a few choice words and made a decision at that point to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands. Did some research, went onto an alkaline diet, spent a lot of money on products from network marketing companies. That was a hard pill to swallow because I didn't believe in the network marketing model. But I found some good products. I found some good products in Zango with their mangosteen, Isogenics, Product B, LifeVantage, Protandem, Celgevity, which was from Max Products, Canyon Water. You've probably heard of some of these products and companies. But I'm just going to show you a photo 2 years later, 2 years after this photo, and I was on this alkaline diet and all these products, and this was the end result after 2 years. How do you guys think I look? Send me a message. Send me a message in the chat box. Do I look good? So this is a result after 2 years. So my skin is still a reflection of what was going on the inside. My health was still heading in the wrong direction. I was still in a lot of trouble. I was in a hell of a lot of trouble with my health. This is October 2014. A friend of mine reached out, Bart Cotter. He said, I think I found something that can help. I grabbed a friend of mine, Mal Sword. We flew to Salt Lake City in Utah. We started on this product called ASEA. And ASEA, as Stevie said, is a cellular health company, and they have a cell signaling supplement. So we started on this product, and long story short, I drank about half a bottle. Mal went through about the same amount of product, went back to the hotel room that night to freshen up and have a shower after. We went through a very long presentation about the science behind this breakthrough. Took off my shirt and I'm covered in all these little red spots, not realizing at the time I was going through a major detox. Next day, got up, thinking to myself, I'm going to test this stuff that we're drinking the day before. And I had a caffeine intolerance for 20 years. Any more than 2 coffees, I'm buckled over with discomfort all day, every day that I did this. And I used to do it intentionally because I used to be so fatigued and tired and lethargic after everything they put me through in that hospital. I actually gave myself more discomfort to keep myself awake during the day. But the next day I had 6 coffees and there was nothing to remind me of what I endured for 20 years. All those issues that I had with discomfort to my abdomen had gone away overnight. That was my second win. The third win came the next day. I had so much lung damage from what I went through in that hospital over that 2 years, 2.5 years. My lungs were functioning perfect the next day. So this is part of my story back to health, and it's only the first 48 to 72 hours. I went back to Australia. I kept drinking this stuff in the blue bottle. Still not really understanding what it was, but I knew it was non-toxic and it could have health benefits. Unfortunately, I could only afford the maintenance amount of product. So I was only drinking 1 bottle a week, knowing I needed a lot more product for the health challenge that I had. And over an 8-month period, I still had a lot of wins. Blood works were getting better. I was feeling better. I was looking better. Halfway through 2015, so June, July 2015, after being 8 months on the product, I made enough money financially to invest back in my own health, and I drank a lot more product. 6 months later, by December 2015, 14 months after I started on the product, 14 months after this photo, the doctors gave me some very good news, and this is a photo of me on that day. They told me there was no sign of those 2 major health challenges that I had. Not only that, multiple injuries from sports, and they had gone away. 20 years of pollen problems where I would sneeze and I would have runny nose all day, every day. All that had gone away. Basically, within that 14-month period, from October 2014 to December 2015, my whole body was totally rebuilt. Now, fast forward 2 years, and you can see the anti-aging component of how this stuff works. You can see my skin's clearing up, and I'm looking healthier again. And you can see me live on the screen another 2 years later, 5 years on the product now. Just going to stop sharing and continue having a little bit of a chat in regards to what this has done for us financially. Now, I was now looking for a product-based network marketing company to get involved with, but as a byproduct of my health returning, I made a decision to start sharing this with people. The commissions coming in from that, the thank you checks, went into more product, investing in my own health. The more product I took, the quicker my health returned. It's done, I could never have dreamed up what this has done for Suzanne and I financially. Back when we were in a situation where we lost everything when I lost my health. Suzanne was looking after me, and we were living in a van. We almost went to the Salvation Army for food stamps. As a result of, as I said, my health returning, it became a responsibility to start sharing this with people. As I started sharing it with people, we started making money. So we fell into this business, this network marketing model. Not that I wanted to, but now I am in it. And even back in the early days, we turned around things financially very, very fast. In the first 12 months, we could do whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted to do it. So it was an incredible journey, even in those early days. So we've got this vehicle that can take anybody potentially back to their health, or anybody potentially to anywhere they want to go financially. It's been an incredible journey for us. I would never go back to traditional business. knowing what I know, and I built 20 of those, I would never go back to a corporate job. I believe in these times, with where we are now, with what's happening around the world, with what can continue to happen, with what can happen again, we are in the driving seat. This would be the most compelling opportunity we'll ever come across in our life. You guys who are involved on the business side, keep doing what you're doing, keep plugging people into these calls and getting people onto these calls, because it is our responsibility to get this to as many people as possible. That's what this is all about. Thank you so much for coming on the call. I'm going to hand back to Kaleen. We've got a very special guest coming on after this call. So Kaleen will reiterate this. Woody Woodward, who is an incredible speaker, generic speaker when it comes to teaching people how to grow themselves and their businesses. So that's going to be something that you won't have to pay for directly after this call. And we'll have a Q&A as well as soon as Kaleen wraps up. So thanks for coming on. We'll talk soon.
Awesome. Thank you, Danny. It's always inspiring just to, hear that, to have you share your journey with us. So guys, we're going to wrap up this informational webinar with I'm going to go ahead and share my screen as well. Just really giving you a quick orientation on how you can actually start a CIA, get started on the product itself. Okay. 1 second. Let me just go into, can everybody give me a thumbs up or put in the chat if you can see my screen? Okay, good. Thanks, Stevie. I just need to get into present mode. All right. Bear with me. There we go. I have to go back to my menu. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not as technology savvy as some people are. Okay, so quickly, obviously, Stevie referenced you guys. This just shows you again the whole line of products that we have access to with cellular health, with the drink itself, which are a drinkable form of your body's own molecules, whole food nutrition, which are raw materials that help feed the cells, and the topical gel called Renew 28 that you saw before and after pictures, which show which is a topical application of the molecules, and then just a really phenomenal skincare, right? So with that in mind, the question might be, well, how could you get started on the product? And usually wherever you're at, you may have more questions. If you do, you can even start putting them in the chat box, because we're going to switch to that mode in a moment. But, even as a consumer, you might want to go, great, I really want to just try this. There's usually 6 different reasons that a person wants to be able to take these products. One of them could be that you actually have a health challenge, or that you have a loved one with a health challenge. You may just want to look and feel better. All of us are aging, and so to feel stronger and younger as we age is phenomenal. And then if you're physically fit, you like to work out, even on the level of being a professional athlete, this is incredible for sports performance and overall athletic recovery and endurance, right? So as a consumer, you can choose to pay full price for the products, or you can buy them wholesale, right? You can also do, what Danny and myself and Stevie have touched on, which you can then choose to share this technology with others as well, whether it be part-time or full-time. And when you do that, you always have access to wholesale pricing and special promotions and various benefits. And then obviously, some people choose to have this replace their current income producing activities over time, build their own business, and you get to build a global business and have international distribution rights to the products, which were actually, as Stevie told you, open in over 30 countries, right? Here's an important thing I want you to think with, that this is your first time being exposed to this technology. As you know, just like when you take antibiotics, the doctor always says, do a full, usually it's a full 14-day, dose. You don't want to just take it for a little while and stop. So a CIA is similar. We're talking about live cellular communication. And we encourage people, don't just try a bottle, because that's, going to last you about a week. And you can see in terms of expectations and people feeling a positive result, where they can actually perceive change in their body, it's very low in the first week or month. But if you commit to a 90-day program, and I always say go for 3 to 6 months, minimally 3 months, we have over almost a 90% success rate of people being able to really measure and track during that time significant changes in their body, even when they're super healthy, right? This just, again, touches on the benefits of, you do have the option You can buy the products full time, but I always love a discount. And so you can get back to the person that introduced you, invited you tonight, and they can go over this in more detail. But when you choose either the customer wholesale account or what we call the distributor or associate wholesale account, you do get 25% off the product. And as an associate, there's a special one-time membership fee of $40, which just really gets you set up, and allows you to also share it with others and have access to training and all kinds of great things. And then just you pay $25 a year to just renew that membership, right? Okay. The other thing that I love about ASEA, if you're like, you know, this sounds too good to be true, maybe you've had people share things with you in the past and they overpromised and underdelivered and you didn't get the results. And one of the things I love about ASEA, of many things, well, remember that as Stevie said to us, it's completely non-toxic and totally safe. It's native, your body's making it as well. But also the company, our biotechnology company that makes this product, really stands behind our guarantee. And so you are promised a 30-day full money back guarantee within your first 30 days of that initial order. If you really go, I don't like the product, it's not for me, you'll get a refund minus your shipping cost. Okay. So I think that's incredible and makes it very low risk. Also, you know, going back to what's called the associate account, you have the benefit on your first order to order in bulk if you'd like. And again, I won't go over a lot of detail right now. This is just to give you a visual and let you know that exists. So the first time that you order, especially if you're thinking about yourself and your family, you're going to be on this for 3 to 6 months. You can buy in bulk on that first order and bring the cost down even more. And the squares that you see are really nice first-time enrollment packages that give you a sampling of all the product lines. But the beauty is, if this doesn't indicate to you one of these specific packages, you can, through what we call additional product, when you go on the distributor website of the person that invited you to order, you actually can custom order any combination of product, any quantity on that first order, and also still get the same discounts, okay? And they can teach you how to do that. Also, you do have benefits on the wholesale accounts by setting up a monthly auto order, or what we call an auto ship. It's very user-friendly. You completely control it. You go right into your account and at any time can change shipping date, product you're ordering, payment data, cancel the auto ship, you know, stall it, whatever. So this is the benefit of this, is as you show ASEA that you want to be a loyal customer, you're rewarded points, and those points can be redeemed for free products. So another way to just keep bringing the cost down. Now, I want to close. This is our founder, Vertis Norton, and I'm going to read this quote to you because he is a visionary and has had and continues to have a huge vision of how this is changing the whole concept of health and wellness and healing on the planet, right? Before I say that too, I want you to know, again, after this presentation, take time to reach out and thank the person that invited you. Let them know that you did come to the presentation. Get your questions answered beyond the ones we'll answer tonight. And you will sometimes see this product for sale on third-party websites like Amazon or eBay. They're not authorized websites to sell the product. Unfortunately, some people go off and choose to do that on their own. And what I've found is when people do order from those websites, they often get expired product, and there's no guarantee what you're getting. So definitely work with a registered distributor that really is trained by ASEA. Then you get your full money back guarantee, you get your loyalty points, you get incredible support from the customer service office, and also from your distributor, okay? So here Vertis says, we are all at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world. And again, that is Vertis Norton. And I love to end with that quote because I know each of you are doing what you can right now to change the world and make it better, and also to change your own world. And, you know, I started briefly with my own story. Without realizing it, I had settled into what I thought had to be my normal in life, physically and even financially. And what ASEA has given to me, among many gifts, is the ability to recognize that I was settling and that I actually could create a different life and achieve goals on a physical level and again on a financial level that I didn't think were possible. So if you take a moment sometime tonight or this weekend, look and go, are you settling anywhere in your life? Is there anything that you want to change in your own world? Because it'll make you more able to help other people change their world as well. Okay. With that, I'm going to stop my screen share